What you'll need for today is a comb, preferably with a little sharp end of sorts, little hair elastics, hairspray, and bobby pins. We're going to start by parting the hair directly in the middle for 2 braids.
Start by brushing the hair to avoid any knots while braiding.
Now, you secure one side to make sure that all the hair stays on one place while you work on the other braid. So you're going to start with whichever side you want. I prefer to start on the left side, and you're going to start at the very top in the middle.
This is the end result we are looking for each French braid. I did this one off camera, but now I will be showing you step by step how to do this braid.
For a French braid, so start by sectioning off a little piece at the very front of the head. Divide it into 3 pieces and try to get them as even as possible, but if you can't, that's okay. Just work with what you can do. Oops. So just like this. Now, we're going to begin. I like to start the outside piece that starts closer to the center of the head. So use the outside piece and it crosses over and in front on top of the middle piece and now becomes the middle piece. Now you're going to take the second outside piece and cross it over in front of the middle piece. Now that you've done that, you've done one side and the other, you're going to go and take a little section of hair and add it to the first outside piece, and then you're gonna take another piece of hair and add it to the second outside piece, but not to the middle. Now you're gonna take the same outside piece you started with before, cross that in front of the middle piece, now using the second outside piece and crossing over the new middle piece, like that. And you repeat. You take a little chunk of hair, adding it to the first outside piece, taking another chunk of hair and adding it to the second outside piece, now bringing the outside into the middle and the second piece outside into the middle. Now make sure you pull the hair tight to make sure this braid stays together.
Repeat these steps all around the head until you reach the base of the head,
trying to keep the braid in line around the head.
Make sure to hold the hair tightly in position while you do the braiding to make sure that the hair stays in place. By repeating the crossing of the outside strands with the middle strand, you will get a braid that looks a little bit like this. Keep adding hair to the outside strands as long as you can, and when you reach the end, you just continue braiding as you would.
When we're finished with all the hair, you change your hand position and you keep doing as you were doing, having one piece in front of the other, holding the middle so that the hair doesn't slip out. This can be especially hard when hair is really was newly washed or really soft. If the hair keeps slipping out, you can put a little bit of hairspray or hair gel in and then braid quickly before it dries, and that should solve some problems. And if not, just keep trying to hold and do what you can. And you keep doing this right to the end. All right, now that you reach the very end, you're going to secure it with the elastics. Try to use clear ones or black ones if your daughter has darker hair, just so that not the colorful ones, they will stick out.
When securing the braid, I like to use 2 hair elastics just to make sure that nothing falls out in case one breaks.
Okay, now that we've completed the braiding portion, we have 2 beautiful braids. And now we're gonna work on the pinning. After you're done braiding, take a look. If you have any little bumps, you can smooth them out with some bobby pins or some hairspray. Just for example, this piece looks like it's gonna fall out, so you just hold the hair where you want it, and you push in a bobby pin, and it should hold. Now for the pinning. It's trickier when there's longer hair. When there's shorter hair, you do the same thing, you just have less hair to deal with, but when it's longer, you have a lot more, and you have a lot more to secure. So you're gonna start by wrapping the hair, crossing the braids, sorry, and beginning to wrap them under the head, pinning them as you go. Now, depending on how thick your daughter's hair is, you're gonna wanna put more pins in just to make sure that it doesn't fall out during the concert. Now that you have this, you're gonna wrap the hair down and around, ensuring that the ends can be tucked under the rest and be pinned securely. After you pretty much securely pinned everything, ask your daughter to give it a little shake and ask what feels loose. Now, depending on if she says if something feels loose, just keep pinning until she feels safe and secure with her hair. After this, you can give it a quick hairspray everywhere just to make sure that it's fully coated and all the little flyaways stick. So just gently pat in place. And you should be good and ready for concert day.